Section 11. Narada said, "Listen to me, O child, as I tell thee of the assembly house of the Grandsire, that house which none can describe, saying it is such. In the Krita, golden age of old, O king, the exalted deity Aditya once came down from heaven into the world of men, having seen before the assembly house of Brahma, the self-created. Aditya was cheerfully wandering over the earth in human form, desirous of beholding what could be seen here. It was on that occasion, O son of Pandu, that the god of day spoke unto me, O bull of the Bharata race, of that celestial Sabha, assembly of the Grandsire, immeasurable and immaterial and indescribable as regards form and shape, and capable of delighting the heart of every creature by its splendor. Hearing, O bull of the Bharata race, of the merits of that Sabha, I became, O king, desirous of beholding it. I then asked Aditya, saying, O exalted one, I desire to behold the sacred Sabha of the Grandsire. O Lord of light, tell me, O exalted one, by what ascetic penances, or by what acts, or by what charms, or by what rites, I may be enabled to behold that excellent sin-cleansing Sabha. Hearing these words of mine, Aditya, the god of day, the deity of 1,000 race, answered me, O chief of the Bharata race, thus absorbed thou with mind wrapped in meditation, the Brahma, vow extending for 1,000 years, repairing then to the breast of the Himavat, I commenced that great vow, and after I had completed it, the exalted and sinless deity Surya, endued with great energy, and knowing no fatigue, took me with him to the Sabha of the Grandsire. O king, it is impossible to describe that Sabha, saying it is such, for within a moment it assumes a different form that language fails to paint. O Bharata, it is impossible to indicate its dimensions or shape. I never saw anything like it before, ever contributing to the happiness of those within it. Its atmosphere is neither cold nor warm. Hunger and thirst or any kind of uneasiness disappear as soon as one got there. It seems to be made up of brilliant gems of many kinds. It doth not seem to be supported on columns. It knoweth no deteriorational being eternal. That self-effulgent mansion, by its numerous blazing celestial indications of unrivaled splendor, seems to surpass the moon, the sun, and the fire in splendor. Stationed in heaven, it blazes forth, censoring as it were the maker of the day. In that mansion, O king, the supreme deity, the Grandsire of all created things, having himself created everything by virtue of his creative illusion, stayeth ever, and Daksha, Prachetas, Pulaha, Marichi, the master Kashyapa, Brigu, Atri, and Vasistha, and Gautama, and also Angiras, and Pulastya, Kratu, Prahallada, and Kardama, these Prajapatis and Angirasa of the Atharvana Veda, the Valikilyas, the Marichipas, intelligence, space, knowledge, air, heat, water, earth, sound, touch, form, taste, scent, nature and the modes of nature, and the elemental and prime causes of the world, all stay in that mansion, besides the Lord Brahma, and Agastya of great energy, and Markandeya of great ascetic power, and Jamadagni, and Bharadwaja, and Samvarta, and Chavana, and exalted Durvasa, and the virtuous Rishyarishringa, the illustrious Sanat Kumara of great ascetic merit, and the preceptor in all matters affecting Yoga, Asita and Devala, and Jaigishavya, acquainted with truth, Rishava, Ajitasatru, and Mani of great energy, and the science of healing with its 8 branches, all in their personified forms, O Bharata, the moon with all the stars, and the stellar conjunctions, Aditya with all his rays, the winds, the sacrifices, the declarations of purpose in sacrifices, the vital principles, these illustrious and wow-absorbing beings in their personified forms, and many others too, numerous to mention, attend hall upon Brahma in that mansion. Wealth and religion and desire and joy and aversion and asceticism and tranquility all wait together upon the supreme deity in that palace. The 20 tribes of the Gandharvas and Apsaras, as also their 7 other tribes, and all the Lokapalas, chief protectors of several regions, and Sukra and Ruhaspati and Buddha and Angaraka, Mangala, Sani, Rahu, and the other planets, the mantras of the Samaveda, the special mantras of the same Veda, the rites of Arimat and Vasumat, the Adityas with Indra, the 2 Agnis mentioned by name viz. Agni Soma and Indragni, the Marutas, Vishwakarman, and the Vasus, O Bharata, the Pitris and all kinds of sacrificial libations, the 4 Vedas viz. Rig, Sama, Yaju and Atharva, all sciences and branches of learning, histories and all minor branches of learning, the several branches of the Vedas, the planets, the sacrifices, the Soma, all the deities, Savitri, Gayatri, the 7 kinds of rhyme, understanding, patience, memory, wisdom, intelligence, fame, forgiveness, the hymns of the Samaveda, the science of hymns in general, and various kinds of verses and songs, various commentaries with arguments, all in their personified forms, O King, and various dramas and poems, and stories and abridged glosses. These also and many others wait upon the supreme deity in that Sabha. Kshanas, Lavas, Muhurtas, day, night, fortnights, months, the 6 seasons, O Bharata, years, yugas, the 4 kinds of days and nights, this appertaining to man, to the Pitris, to the gods and to Brahma, and that eternal, indestructible, undeteriorating, excellent wheel of time, and also the wheel of virtue. These always wait there, O Yudhishthira, and Aditi, Diti, Dhanu, Surasa, Pinata, Ira, Kalika, Suravi, Devi, Sarama, Gautami, Anda, goddess Prada and Kadru, these mothers of the celestials and Rudrani, Sri, Lakshmi, Bhadra, Shasti, the earth, Ganga, Ri, Swaha, Kriti, the goddess Sura, Sachipusti, Arundhati, Samvritti, Asa, Niyati, Shrishti, Rati, these and many other goddesses wait upon the creator of all, the Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Marutas, Ashvinas and Vishwadevas, Sadyas and the Pitris gifted with the speed of the mind. These all wait there upon the Grandsire, and O bull amongst men, know thou that there are 7 classes of Pitris, of which 4 classes have embodied forms, and the remaining 3 without embodied forms. It is well known that the illustrious Vairajas and Agni Shvatas and Garhapatyas, 3 classes of Pitris, range in heaven, and those amongst the Pitris that are called the Somapas, the Ekashringaras, the Chaturvedas, and the Kalas are ever worshipped amongst the 4 orders of men. Gratified with the Soma juice, first These gratify Soma afterwards. All these tribes of Pitris wait upon the Lord of the creation and cheerfully worship the supreme deity of immeasurable energy, and Rakshasas, Pisachas, Danavas, Guhyakas, Nagas, birds and various animals, and all mobile and immobile, great beings, all worship the Grandsire, and Purandara, the chief of the celestials, and Varuna, and Kuvera, and Yama, and Mahadeva, accompanied by Uma, always repair thither, and O King of Kings, Mahasena, Kartikeya, also adoreth there the Grandsire, Narayana himself, and the celestial rishis, and those rishis called Valakilyas, and all beings born of females, and all those not born of females, and whatever else is seen in the three worlds, both mobile and immobile, were all seen by me there. Know, O King, and 80,000 rishis with beetle seed drawn up, and O Pandu, 50,000 rishis having sons were all seen by me there, and all the dwellers in heaven repairing thither behold the supreme deity, when they please, and worshipping him with a bow of their head return whence they came. And O King of men, the Grandsire of all created things, beings, the soul of the universe, the self-created Brahma, of immeasurable intelligence and glory, equally kind unto all creatures, on earth as they deserve, and gratifieth with sweet speech and gift of wealth, and other enjoyable articles, the gods, the Daityas, the Nagas, the Brahmanas, the Yakshas, the birds, the Kaleyas, the Gandharvas, the Apsaras, and all other exalted beings that came to him as his guests. And that delicious Sabha, O child, is always crowded with persons coming and going, filled with every kind of energy, and worshipped by Brahma Rishis. That celestial Sabha blazes forth with graceful processions of Brahma, and looks extremely handsome, O tiger among kings, as this Sabha of yours is unrivaled in the world of men, so is that Sabha of Brahma seen by me unrivaled in all the worlds. I have seen these Sabhas, O Bharata, in regions of the celestials. This thy Sabha is unquestionably the foremost in the world of men. Thus ends the 11th section in the Lokapala Sabhakhayana Parva of the Sabha Parva.